Hello friends, welcome to wisdomjobs.com. This is Prithvidhar Reddy. I am going to discuss important current affairs for today. We are going to discuss Mission Shakti. So before that, what is the relevance for what is the context for the Mission Shakti? Because on January 26, the ASAT missile prowess was actually exhibited to the world. Okay, and you know this ASAT satellite was actually launched by the Defense Research and Development Organization, and also along with the ISRO. So along with the ASAT technology, ASAT missile, and the second equipment, that is Air Defense Tactical Control Radar, was also exhibited to the world. Coming to the Mission Shakti. Mission Shakti is a joint program of the Defense Research and Development Organization and Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO and DRDO. And secondly, as a part of this mission, an anti-satellite weapon was launched and targeted an Indian satellite which had been decommissioned. It means generally the ballistic missiles are the missiles which will target any object which is far away. So based on the missile capacity, the range actually varies from missile to missile. For example, Agni 5. Okay, so this is the missile which can target the object which is far away beyond 10,000 kilometers, and these missiles also have the capacity to carry the nuclear warheads. So this is very important. And nextly, this is regarding the ASAT missile. For example, this is the Earth and this is the orbit. Okay, the satellites are actually revolving around the Earth. So for example, this is a foreign satellite, so which is a satellite which is targeting India and which is actually doing the surveillance over the Indian landmass. So it is also carrying very sensitive information to the enemy radars. Then in this situation, our satellite technology is that is ASAT, that is anti-satellite, can be launched from the Indian space station, and it will be targeting the foreign satellite so that it will disrupt the communication, okay, between the foreign satellite and foreign bases. So in that way we will score a kind of advantage in the warlike situation. So it is, of course, in real time, World War II, World War III may not develop in the coming future, but still we can develop some deterrence capacity so that no country can venture into India's territory, and no country can take the misadventure. And where this Mission Shakti was launched, okay, it was launched on Odisha's Balasore. So this is the picture. This is the satellite, okay, and the ASAT missile has targeted the foreign satellite, so this leads to debris, and the satellite is actually reduced to the debris. It means there is a destruction of the foreign satellite. Coming to the details, the anti-satellite weapons are created to destroy or incapacitate the foreign satellites. So there are many countries which have the capacity, but only 4 countries, including India, have demonstrated their ASAT capabilities, because many countries can have the technology, but demonstration of the technology is different. It means in the real time situation, with the precision they are targeting. You understand, this is very sensitive experiment, because if India had not targeted very precisely our own decommissioned satellite, otherwise if it had targeted some other satellite of other country, definitely the things will go very much wrong. So that will create a diplomatic nightmare. So that's why India also joined the club. Okay, the US for the first time tested the ASAT technology in the year 1958, and the USSR followed this in the 1964, because there was a race, there was a Cold War between US and Russia. So this resulted in the severe arm race. And in 2015, Russia tested its PL-19 noodle missile, followed it up with the other tests. So PL-19 was the recent ASAT technology as part of the Russia. And ASAT are the space weapons designed to incapacitate or destroy the satellites for the strategic military purposes. For example, if there is any Earth observing satellite, if there is any satellite which is actually mapping our bases, definitely in the warlike situation we should actually target the satellite so that we will score a little advantage in the war. Space weapons can attack space weapons in orbit and target on the Earth from the space, or disable the missiles traveling through the space. It means it involves the physical destruction as well as the technological disruption. Okay, destruction as well as the disruption of the technology. The ASAT missiles are of 2 types. First one is a kinetic missile, second one is the non-kinetic missile. So coming to the kinetic ASAT technology, so which will strike an object and destroys it like a ballistic missile, whereas non-kinetic ASAT use the non-physical means. It means it will not go and bombard with the satellite, rather it will jam the frequency of that foreign satellite. In that way, the communication will be disrupted, so that the satellite will be immobilized in a technological way. And the theoretical range of the ASAT would be limited to 20,000 kilometers. It means it will effectively target only remote sensing satellites. The capabilities of ASAT have been demonstrated by the United States, Russia, China and India. This is the exclusive club which has demonstrated the capacity. And Israel is said to be on the path of developing the ASAT technology. So these are the very important points regarding the ASAT missiles. So delving little deeper into the ASAT technology, so it would intercept. Okay, intercept means going in, targeting something, and jam communication or military satellites of enemy countries. And secondly, it can access critical information about the troop movement or incoming missiles. So in that way also this technology helps. It can also launch cyber attacks on space systems and direct laser based weapons. So in this way the ISRO can also help the Indian defense technologies. ASAT weapons technology is complicated, involving highly reliable surface to air missiles. So this is what the important point. So in the examination they may ask you, ASAT technology imbibes which of the following technologies. So that is what surface to air ballistic missile technology, and it must also be a long range radar and tracking systems. So this is very much sophisticated and precision based system. Coming to the previous missile system, as we have already discussed, in the year 1959 US performed anti-missile test and air launched ballistic missile which was from B-47 bomber at Explorer 6 satellite. And in 1963 the Soviet Union followed the suit. In 1985 America has tested AGM-135 and launched it from the F-15 fighter jets and destroyed its own satellite, that is P-78-1. And in the 2007 China enters into the anti-satellite arena. It joined the club. It destroyed old weather satellite of its own, and which is the satellite of polar orbit. And in the year 2008 USA carried out Operation Burn Forest to destroy a defunct spy satellite. It means they are trying to hone their own technologies by the frequent launchings. And on 27th March, India became the fourth nation to acquire the ASAT technology. This is very phenomenal success for the India's defense as well as the space research organization. So coming to what is the basic treaty, because this experiment is unending. So whether the space technology is for the peaceful purpose or warlike purpose. So sensing the danger of this arm race or competition, in the year 1967, so the countries came together and they made a treaty, and many of the countries have agreed to the treaty. So what is the treaty? Outer Space Treaty. So it forms the basis of the international space law, because the space became the platform for the competition. So that's why we must see that the space should not become a platform for the war. Rather, the space must be utilized for the peaceful purposes. So it has 108 parties at present, including India, because India also is one of the party to this treaty, and it bars the state parties to the treaty from placing weapons of mass destruction. Suddenly you should utilize for the peaceful purpose, whether it is the communication technology, or it is the remote sensing technology. So it must help for the human development. So rather, you cannot deploy the war machinery or weapons of mass destruction. So installing them on the moon or any other celestial body means it is the body which is found in the space, and otherwise stationing them in the outer space. So this type of this type of wrong usage is prohibited under the treaty, that is the Outer Space Treaty. So the treaty exclusively limits the usage of moon and other celestial bodies to the peaceful purposes. Next important point is the weapons of the mass destruction is a nuclear, radiological, chemical, biological or any other weapon that can cause a great damage to the human beings or biosphere. It means, for example, you can station a satellite or any other body which may resemble the satellite, because satellite is the body which revolves around the earth. It could be a radiating body, so that it will send a harmful rays to particular geographical location. In this way also you can kill the people. So that's why the space treaty clearly prohibits all these sort of harmful impacts of the arm race. But the treaty does not prohibit the placement of the conventional weapons in the orbit. The treaty does not prohibit the placement of conventional weapons. The conventional weapons would be the general weapons, the general weaponry, excluding the nuclear and radio sources as well as the chemical and biological sources. So this is the basic limitation of the Outer Space Treaty. And it also says that space should be free for exploration and usage by all the states. So and next point is everyday activities, from the telecommunications to financial markets. The civilian navigation rely heavily on the space infrastructure, and protecting these assets are very much important. So that's why the space technology is very much indispensable for the human prosperity. So certainly you can't really put it for the wrong usage. If you start putting it for the wrong usage, the right usage and beneficial usage will completely be compromised. So that's why the countries should ponder on this issue, as well as they must make the measures so that the space should not be the platform for the hostility. Thank you friends, thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please press the like button, and if you have any queries, please comment in the comment box. Thank you.